This is a interesting discussion, especially because we are all men, but I know that we have such diverse opinions. And we don't
Why you look at me?
Speak for yourself.
White guys, bro.
What did you see that? You said you have some diverse opinions.
What are you talking about?
I saw that.
We have a hive mentality.
We don't have a hive mentality that the fans complain about.
I'll say whatever you guys will say.
Oh, the fans think y'all have. I'll go anti. I'll argue all four of y'all. Five of y'all.
Why do you think I looked at you?
Yeah, I'll get your ass.
Alright.
You probably have dumb opinions. All five of y'all.
The only reason why people are allowed to be liberal is because they're around white guys. If you try to do that shit around non-white guys, you get fucked up.
Yeah, you get beat up.
Oh shit.
You guys gonna beat me up?
Nah, dude.
After I work out a bunch.
Bro. Hey, yo, if there's a check behind it, I'll box you.
Liberalism only exists in Western nations because there's freedom of speech and they can challenge whatever, right? But you try that shit in fucking Asia or South America or anywhere, you get fucked up.
True.
I like how that first part of that sentence, I was like, okay, I'm like watching Ben Shapiro. And then I was like, okay, now it's JK. Yeah.
And that means welcome back to another exciting episode of Off the Record, where we're still gonna applause for Silent Mike over here.
I like it, dude.
Even though he's gonna be the anti, so the applause is gonna be short this time. And
It's like my first day at kindergarten.
here's the question, okay? Because this has been a viral video that's been going around. This dude's interviewing like women on the streets of Japan, and he's wondering if paying for sex counts as cheating.
Did you see my comment in here?
Oh.
I've been commenting in these videos.
Oh no, I didn't see.
You didn't see Joe's comment?
No, I didn't specifically.
Tons of likes, bro.
Can you scroll down? And
No, it's okay, it's okay. So,
I have a picture of Joe's comment.
yeah, sure. Ryan, can you pull it up? All right. So, he interviews these women, and a lot of these women are saying that it doesn't count as cheating.
So, are we talking about the transaction, or we're talking about the whole ordeal, like the
gonna
fucking
talk about
itself?
So, the basic question of does paying for sex count as cheating?
So
yeah, it's cheating.
Culturally, over there, they think that if you pay for sex, because it's just probably now just considered masturbation, but with the human body, there's no emotional investment. They don't think that that's cheating.
That's what these particular women said, and it's obviously
Is it common over there?
It actually started with him asking guys, and then the guys, most of them were like, "Nah, it's not cheating." Some of the guys were like, "Well, it is cheating if like that's not the agreement between you two," which is more the sensible one. And then some guys were like, "Nah, that's not cheating, right?" And then all the comments were like, "Ask the girls then, ask the girls." And then the girls were like, "Nah, it's not cheating."
Is prostitution or whatever paying sex?
Well, also, there's a lot of cultural like context that is missing here, and I've been fucking going in the comments to explain to them why they view it the way that they do. But so many people see things from like a American lens.
I don't need cultural context.
Yeah, they're like,
wrong.
"What's wrong? It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong." And I'm all like, "Okay, you stupid son of a bitch. Like, not everyone has the same like evangelical background of how they view marriage and what the contract is."
Monogamy anymore is fucking
Right.
rare.
And then so for the longest time in Japan, love in a marriage wasn't necessary. And there's hella like stories about getting love outside of marriage. Sure. So like marriage is like you fucking have a contract with this person, you have kids, you're lucky if you guys fall in love, but at the same time, that's not the role here. The role here is to build a family, is to be a good husband, be a good wife.
Mesh two families, even
Right.
business-wise, or who knows what's going on.
But falling in love is a different story. And on top of that, commoners were allowed to have love freely. Rich people, like wealthy people, like
Duty.
royal people, all of them, they had to have arranged marriages. So then there's hella romance stories about like, what do you call it? Like women having to like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna run away from this shit and then marry a commoner and then whatever," right?
Like they give up their title to be with a commoners.
Right, because that's true love or whatever. But if you're a peasant, like a lot of people make this argument where they're like, "Oh, well, love is because, love is a privilege of the rich." It's actually the opposite. Love is a privilege of the poor.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing on the line. No, like peasants and people from towns and whatever, they were just like, "Oh, I like this person. I grew up with this other farmer kid," and then they could fucking marry their next door neighbor for love. Yeah. That's fine. But like the elite, it was always a business thing.
I don't think that's Western that don't know that though, because like
No.
Western Europe was like that too back in the day. It's just
when
new
there was
dumb
kings and
people.
Queens and shit, right?
It's just new dumb people.
That's how I think human history was, but for them it's more fresh.
Yeah. But then the other layer is sex work. Is that more common over there? Yeah. Or is it legal?
We call it whoring.
Well, they don't view sex.
That's what they call it.
5 versus 1. I'm feeling the hive mind coming, so I'm trying to be,
I didn't say anything.
They don't view
Your
sex.
eyes talk. Yeah, your eyes are talking, dude.
They don't view sex with the same type of sinful taboo that Americans
For
do.
sure, that's the Christianity.
So I think that's where it's missing in context, right? Because it's like adultery and all these things. The context of how people view the violation of marriage through adultery is different by culture, right? So like for them, it's like the way that they view guys being horny and wanting sex is not the same way that a Christian society would view it. A Christian society would be like, all right, that shit is sinful. You have to stick with one person, and you have urges, but you're not supposed to act upon them.
We don't admit it.
Yeah, but that's the actual foundation of our law.
And you need to scratch it.
Yeah.
Our foundation of the law of adultery is even though you have the desires, you're supposed to like control yourself, right? Whereas over there,
Which a real gentleman would.
yeah, but over there it's like you have desires. So if you want to express it, then it doesn't make you a bad person. You just fucking do it. Yeah.
Get jerked off right after. Too.
And then
Get a massage.
so the debate between
Babe, I didn't know they were gonna jerk me off.
Yeah.
But I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
I wanted to be polite too.
But the actual straight up sex.
the debate about cheating is now what's the agreement between husband and wife? Not necessarily is having sex outside of marriage cheating.
Right.
That's the debate.
Because yeah, certain marriage going to a strip
well
club
put.
might be cheating.
Can you read Joe's comment?
I just scrolled for like 3 minutes and couldn't fucking find it. Mike was watching me.
You motherfucker
He's at the
bitch.
bottom.
Yeah.
There's probably thousands.
So-
At the bottom.
There were so many comments.
Probably got
Did you
downvoted.
do it on the Instagram one or the YouTube one? Because I've been fighting on Instagram.
TikTok, I think, is where it all started.
Okay,
but I
well,
might be
I
wrong.
found
Yeah,
TikTok.
I might be wrong. But I've
just
seen
join this
I've seen a
conversation.
shit ton on
I'm gonna
TikTok.
find it.
Okay, please.
Is different. This is happening in Japan.
Well, it's their view. Like
I know. No. I'm asking. This is happening in Japan.
This interview happened in Japan and got viral,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
now people
Yeah,
are
obviously
kind of
do it
talking
everywhere.
about
I
it.
think
yeah.
the biggest one is culturally they view sex completely different from Americans. Yeah. Where like Americans, I think there's a huge taboo and shame and weird like thing when it comes to sex, and in Japan, like
It's a sin. Yeah.
we can make jokes with our parents about it openly, and it's not this weird like taboo behind it. You'll see kid cartoons like Shinchan.
Oh yeah.
Like-
there's like nudity, like a naked ass boy or
There's
whatever.
a fucking there's like there's kids like fucking showing their dick and painting elephants on it.
Yeah.
So the nudity thing, there's public baths. The way that they view nudity, the way that they view having sex, there's festivals around sex and the dick and all that. There's no like the idea of it being sinful and bad. They don't have the same. So it's like, hey, if you need to fuck, you're fucking.
All I've seen is Rush Hour 2.
That's not Japanese, you dumbass.
I know. That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking. Is sex work normal over there? I know it's China. Is sex work legal there even?
Well, it depends on the country. So like there's like red light districts in like a lot of these
They're
countries.
totally
well.
allowed.
Well, Chinese.
Even Germany, it's
But
allowed,
then
right?
the thing is, the other Asians don't have the same view of sex either.
Just Japan.
Yeah,
Japan is very unique with their view of
Yeah,
sex.
because Germany, I think, has a straight brothel. I mean, even
It's
Nevada.
legal there. It's legal there.
Nevada, right?
It's legal.
The bunny.
Hour 3 a French movie?
Rush Hour 3 is a French movie. Yeah. Rush Hour 2 is Chinese.
Yeah, it's legal. It's legal in Germany. In China, I think they're more prude when it comes to.
So Rush Hour 2 lied to me.
I think
but they
it's
still
illegal.
have them.
Oh.
But like it's not easy to
Legal.
find them.
Yeah, it's not legal.
Was it unanimous in the video? Every single person saying that same thing, that
I
it's
think
not
the
cheating?
4 girls that were like highlighted in that video all said the same thing. I don't know if that's like cutting
editing.
people out or whatever.
Yeah, they could have cut out like
Of course.
70 other chicks and
Like,
said
is it
no.
unanimous in Japan? Everyone's like, yeah, this isn't cheating? Because I doubt that.
Nah.
This episode of Off the Record is brought to you by Factor. Remember a few years ago, I used to be fat. Like I'm talking about like 230, 30% body fat. And you know how I got there? a lot of times I waited till I was hungry to get meals. So by that time, when you're starving and hangry, you just want to eat anything. So I was eating all the fast food, fried stuff, drive-thrus, because when you're not in the right state of mind, you're always picking the wrong stuff, which is why I love Factor meals, because it is a dietitian created and caloric conscious meals. Meaning you're gonna have these things shipped to your house, meal prepped right away. You're gonna have all this food. So when you're hungry, what do? You don't have to leave the house. You can go straight to your fridge or straight to where you store your food at work, and you're gonna have meals that are extremely delicious that can fit any of your goals. They got Protein Plus, they got Caloric Smart, they even got vegan options, and everything is designed by a chef and then also calculated by a dietitian to fit all your fitness or weight goals. So don't get fat like me, because now the last couple of years I've been able to hone in my diet and stay lean, and that's all because of prepping your meals, and that's the important of it. And now Factor has an insane deal for all of our listeners, which is you guys. Head to factormeals.com/offtherecord50 and use code offtherecord50 to get 50% off. That's code offtherecord50 at factormeals.com/offtherecord50 to get 50% off.
I don't think it's unanimous, but Japan does have a very unique perspective on sex culture, and also I think it's important to clarify that society in general, for like a lot of the Asian countries, have a different male to female relationship. Like out here in the West, right, we're like women are equal and stuff like that. So all power to them. You know, like out in the East, it's not all like that. There is a more traditional.
Sex can be viewed as more transactional too.
Yeah. Because of that, because like, you know, the male is like, you know, our traditional breadwinner or whatever, or the woman is like a traditional, whether it be like a housewife or you know, they have a duty or responsibilities or whatever. I think that also can slightly affect the way that sex culture is perceived as well.
Because even like here in like K-Town, there's those clubs, right? You go hang out with your boys, and you could all be wifed up or whatever. But there's chicks that come with the club, that'll come and sit with you and keep you company and talk, and you're flirting and all that stuff.
We call them domies.
Yeah, but that's not even really, but that's not considered cheating, and it's just part of that culture. It's just, oh cool, instead of just being a sausage fest, let's have a bunch of chicks come and hang out.
They're not selling you sex, they're just selling hangout.
I think afterwards there's other things that could lead to that.
But it's kind of escorting.
But it's like out in the public though.
It's out in like the KTVs, like the karaoke bars, right? You like go and pay for a karaoke bar, so you're sitting in a private room, and then at some specific hour or some time, a line of girls will come in there.
I need the hour. Why are you saying some?
Some specific time, a line of girls will come, a couple girls will come in there, or every now and then like one or two girls will come knock, and if you want them, great. If you don't, like they'll usher them on their way. And the interesting thing is a lot of them aren't even like just Koreans nowadays. A lot of them are even like Europeans or Russians or whatever.
It's just part of the Korean club culture.
Yeah.
So then they go in there, and then if you're like, yeah, down, I'm down to come.
I'll give you another example. So like in the business world out there, right? Let's say me and Anthony are from two different companies, and I'm his senior. I'm older than him, right? And I'm like, he's trying to make a sale to me, whatever. So I'm like, hey, what's fun to do out here? And then he'll be like, there's this bar, and he goes, where the bitches at? Take me to a brothel. And he's gonna be like, I guess I have to, right? And then when we go to the brothel, he's not gonna be like, I'm married. He goes, no, we're both gonna fuck. Yeah. You know why? Because
that's what they say.
I got something on you now, and you got something on me, and now we can do business. Now this guy's Toyota, fucking I'm Honda.
He's showing you your trust.
Yeah, and then it's like, we got a bond here, because that's how we're gonna trust each other. There's weird, fucked up business things like that. I'm not saying that it makes it okay, but that's the standard, right?
That's what they say, right? Epstein, the elites.
Yeah, so their wives would understand that shit. They're like, oh, you did it for the business, was it for your pleasure, whatever. Okay, fuck it, it's not cheap.
I did it for Sony.
Yeah. I did it for Sony, I did it for yeah. There's a lot of weird shit that goes down that just doesn't really happen in the States. But another thing too is,
or it happens in the States.
I think it happens in the States. It's just way more hush.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's more hush hush, and would the wife be okay with it?
Yeah, probably not.
Right. And then there's another thing too about God damn it, I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, you fucking Mike. Okay, it's okay.
I think I'm gonna need another example.
So you all five say.
No.
It's not cheating. No, I know how your hive mind works now.
Oh, okay, I remember what I'm gonna say. Do not say jack shit, okay? So, working in two different companies, American companies and Japanese companies, right? what I've noticed is they're way more fucking open, men and women, about cheating. So people watch that video and they think it's like a chauvinistic society where only men are cheating. That's not the case. Women are fucking cheating too. They're just not like, and they're laughing about it. It's just normal. So like, yeah, Americans cheat. It's not like they don't cheat, but they're, like you said, more hush hush, right? So they would openly talk about going out there with their side piece, men and women, laughing about it. And then so I was like, oh shit, I didn't grow up around these. I grew up around Christian conservative Japanese people. But these folks were just, and it was in multiple companies. I worked for 3 different Japanese companies. So I was like, oh shit, all these guys are fucking each other all day long. And some of them are like fluid. They'll be like fucking guys and girls. And I'm like, God damn, Japanese people are fucking perverted.
Is a relationship more economical? Like, is that like the jam? Like, it's like sort of just.
It's very transactional. Yeah. I think it's transactional compared to us.
Yeah.
So it's not so much like I think Americans tell themselves a big lie when it comes to relationships. It has to be the storybook romance every time. Mm-hmm. Whereas them, I think it's more like, oh, she wants to fuck, I want to fuck. We're having
practical.
fun.
Yeah.
And now that was it. It doesn't have to be more than that. Yeah. But here we have the guilt of like the relationship has to be a certain way, or else I feel bad for just wanting to have sex with this person.
I'm just trying to fuck this person. It's not you.
Yeah.
What's the big deal?
So I think it's just a blanket question that can't be applied.
Yeah.
The same answer can't be applied, right? In our society and culture, it's probably cheating. You know what I'm saying? And in Japanese, maybe it's more fluid. Maybe it's to some people.
Or maybe it's cheating, but you get forgiveness.
Yeah. So I think it's what Joe said in the beginning, where it depends on the arrangement that you have with your partner. That's all. So in America, it's most likely the arrangement is assumed that because you're in marriage and you're bonded by love and trust and loyalty, then there's probably cheating, considering sex is also sinful as adultery.
Yeah. The default is monogamy.
Yeah. So that's why it's cheating. But again, in other cultures or other countries, if that's not the same concept of marriage, or that's just not how society views sex, then like I can't honestly sit here and be like, that's cheating.
Right.
It's like, it really fucking depends on how you see shit.
Because cheating's always based on rules.
I don't think I get it because unless you say it again like 10 more times.
Go ahead, Joe.
I think the modern way of how these people were saying it in the video was like, it was more like, what did that couple agree upon? 1, and then 2, if it was like an emotional transact, like
Is
if
it
it
a
was
Japanese person asking the question?
Yeah.
Or is it some white dude trying to like?
No, it was a Japanese guy.
That's a good.
I
You know,
think
because they
his
do
name
that
is,
shit.
like, Takashi from Japan, but he does street interviews in Japan, and he just asks them all these different cultural questions.
He has good videos. I like his videos.
I do.
For example, does prostitution count as cheating? One of the girls says it does not. I wouldn't like it if they have feelings for the one, but I don't care if it's just for sex. So like, you know, these women are just saying, I'd rather they go to a prostitute than talk to random girls.
These chicks are rad.
I gotta go to Japan.
Let's say there's the second layer. Let's say the second layer is okay. The transactional sex is not cheating, but like let's say like one of these chicks, their boyfriends or husbands or whatever, sees the same girl and always fucks the same prostitute.
It's the regular.
Then is there any I guess feelings of jealousy or like?
I don't know.
There's gotta be. Even I just feel like that's a little more natural human. Because say it is transactional, it's just sex. But if you keep going back, I'm gonna assume there's more than just sex. If it's the exact same one,
Well,
like
still,
all right, they like
It
each
depends
other.
on the arrangement that you have with
For
your
sure,
wife,
whether
that's
it's
all. You know
cheating.
what I mean?
But no, he was just asking if they're.
gray, I think,
He was just saying if they're jealous.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're gonna assume like, oh, they probably like each
Because
other.
if
Or
I
is
go
it like
to,
eating out? It's like I'm going to Chick-fil-A every time. I like Chick-fil-A.
because if I go to another barber, I feel like
But you got
get his feelings hurt.
right for sure.
What's wrong with me?
For sure.
Because you have your guy.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure
yeah.
have it.
Chick-fil-A.
But for sure, like, I was mind blown when I talked to like Japanese from Japan, and then they would talk about cheating and all this stuff with men and women, to the point where it was so normalized, and I was just like, holy shit, most people are like, in the States, they hide this shit, they don't openly talk about it, they're ashamed of it, it's not a joke. It's kind of like they're doing something naughty, like bad. And then they're,
Dudes here though that talk like that.
but it's all guys, right? They're doing it co-ed, guys and girls. So I was just like, holy shit, this is a world that I don't even know.
I remember the first time like kind of working in the big fitness realm, and I'm 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm working with other strength coaches or whatever in the game, and they're 40s, and I know they're married. I've probably even met their wives, and they're talking like that. They kind of blew my brains. Like, fuck, bro.
I still feel bad about it.
They talk all dirty. They talk all, they talk bro-y, fucking
Yeah.
yeah. Pussy feels good.
Pussy's wet.